So I'm not going to lie to you guys, every now and again I see a game trailer for an announcement or a beta, and I judge it based on the gameplay that I see, and, you know, sometimes, very rare, do I get it wrong, and this is one of those times that I actually got it wrong. Now, unfortunately for this next game that we're talking about, not a lot of people are talking about it, but I feel like could be something absolutely special in the future with the proper development time and the resources and everything else, and that's a game called Leap. Now, I initially discovered Leap from another YouTuber named Abel Green. Please go subscribe to Abel as well. He's covering, you know, new and upcoming shooters just like me, and he was excited for Leap. And when I saw that first trailer, it's janky. It looks like an asset flip. It looks super generic, and I just didn't understand. It looked like a low quality game. Now, granted, some of those things are accurate. That being said, I think that Leap is one of the most unique FPS multiplayer experiences that I've played in a long time. Now, for my milsim crowd, this game is not for you at all unless you're into fast-paced shooters, something along the lines of an Apex Legends, but a little bit more on the competitive arena shooter side. This game has so much going for it, but it's kind of shrouded underneath a layer or two of jank combined with a UI that looks like it was made in a weekend. And I have to say that when you actually jump in and play the game and get used to the mechanics, this game has some of the craziest firefights that I've ever seen in an FPS. Basically, Leap is described as a fast-paced multiplayer FPS featuring epic battles with up to 60 players, each armed to the teeth. And we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly about their recent playtest. Now, this game is coming to Steam Early Access on June 1st. I got a little early access sneak peek last weekend, and I got a lot to say about it. Leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe for more multiplayer FPS content. My name is BigFry. Let's get into it.
Oh, nice.
Okay, let's go. Let's go to D.
I got 5 seconds. Go without me.
I have a fucking grenade icon that's just on my screen the whole time.
Yeah, flashing.
Great.
Oh,
Fun.
shit.
Yeah.
Better watch out.
That guy got fucked out the air. Yeah, he got rocked. Yeah, let's go to C. Let's go.
Oh, pop on that house.
Oh, shit. Up on the rooftop. Somebody rolled in. Oh, he got lit. Are you serious? He's dead.
Oh, another guy. Ward. He's dead.
Another one.
Oh, I'm coming into the shield.
Got him. No, we're not. Ah! Kill that turret.
Oh god, there's so many guys on me. Yeah, it's kind of. That bitch.
Good shit.
Going in, got some damage on them. One of them's down. Courage just went in back
Turret's down.
Laura's here. Killed. Oh, almost made it out of that. Was crazy. My first initial impression of Leap based on the trailers was nothing short of horrible. I think their marketing is some of the worst that I've seen for a multiplayer FPS. The most recent trailer that I've seen shows one of the characters sitting in like a pool in like this blow up tube with this voiceover, and it's just very, very weird. So I want to talk about what the game actually is. It is a fast-paced, janky, fun as fuck mess. But I would say give it 2 years of proper development and polish, clean up the HUD elements, and add some more, livelihood to a lot of the animations. And I think you can get by a lot of the jank and realize that there is a game here that, in my opinion, has innovated on the genre, much like I thought Splitgate did when I first played it way back in the day. This game has so many parallels to what I initially thought about Splitgate, and that's the fact that the core gameplay loop of the FPS mechanics are great. This game allows you to grapple hook around, shoot people. It's a domination style game mode, but it also has this ability to spawn onto a hoverboard or whatever vehicle you unlock, and you can move around the map. And there's a huge mobile element to it. I'm not talking about the mobile platform. I'm talking about the mobility of your character. Now, where the jank comes from for me is the animations. When you're on the hoverboard and you're flying around, your guy is stiff as a board. And I'm thinking, like, if they could get proper, side strafing animations and make that feel way more fluid and polished, that jank goes away. I think once they clean up the FPS animations from, crouching and moving around, that jank goes away as well. I think the grappling hook animations are okay. I think they're passable. But again, another layer of polish on top of those, that jank goes away as well. Another thing that's really weird is they have these points that you can capture, and they have this ticket system, which in pretty much every FPS ever means that the more points you hold, the more tickets the other team loses. This game, the tickets are kind of tied to the kills as far as I can understand. I don't know if capping points actually does anything outside of giving your team another spawn point on the map. It really makes the games go a lot longer than they should have. There was one game where we held pretty much every point for the entire game, and it still was like 25 minutes. And I feel like they overlooked that a little bit, or maybe it's a glitch, a bug, I'm not even sure, but the games last way too fucking long. We're talking about World War III level length here. And when you're playing a game where you're constantly moving from point to point to point to point, after about 25 to 30 minutes, it's like tiring. There's so much to think about, there's so much going on, and it just keeps going on. So they really need to adjust either the game length, the way the tickets function. Maybe it's a bug, they just need to address it. I don't know. It just needs to be fixed. And then the biggest thing that I think they need to clean up is the UI. The HUD is disgusting. The menu system is fucking gross. And that is exactly how I felt about Splitgate when I first played it. It was a core gameplay loop that was enjoyable, but everything else around it, the skins, the marketplace, the battle passes, all of that stuff, it's like kindergarten level design, and I feel like that's what's going on here. And I feel like that's going to turn off a lot of more casual players who might jump in for, a minute to see what this game is, see that it's, ugh, what the fuck, and then leave. But if you can get through the jank, and if you can get through the menus and get through the generic looking character models and see that there is a game here that is actually really enjoyable. It's a large scale battlefield with mobility and moving between these points being the key ingredient. It is so much fun to get into a firefight, jump into a point where there's 6 or 7 guys. You're fighting from rooftops, you jump down, grapple hook down, come around, swing around, take out a turret, take out guys sniping. It is insane just how fun this game is. And I haven't played a multiplayer game like this where after the beta has ended, it was just a weekend long test. I want to do nothing else but jump back in. It's like a weird combination of different biomes, and it reminds me of Islands of Nine when I played it, which I also thought had a core gameplay loop that was enjoyable, but again, the HUD elements, the actual, like, the design of the UI and the areas that you're fighting in were such a turnoff to a large crowd. I feel like Leap is going to be that same kind of game and same kind of experience, but man, It is so fucking addicting to play. As somebody who doesn't really enjoy a lot of really fast-paced games, I'm not a huge fan of Apex, although I understand why people play it. Leap was so much more enjoyable. The hit reg felt great. There weren't a lot of people playing on the servers, which is unfortunate. I just don't think this game has done a good enough job on the marketing side of things to get out there, and I wanted to make a video to try and help them out. Now, the game is going to early access on June 1st, 2022. And when we go to early access, we have to look at what the store page is telling us, and I want to do that right now. The biggest problem that I see here is that they want to be in early access for 12 months. And personally for me, I think this game is about 2 to 3 years away from being an absolute gem, much like Splitgate was back in the day. If they can pull off what Splitgate's done in 2 to 3 years, if they can pull that off in 12 months, great. Do I believe they're going to do it? No. I still haven't seen a game go from 0 to hero in 12 months. Granted, this game isn't really starting at 0, but it's somewhere on the bottom half of that scale, and I feel like 12 months is just not enough time. It looks like it has like a premium currency as well as a store for cosmetics. It feels like a free-to-play title, kind of like Splitgate was. But when we look at the early access page, it says that they consider the pricing during early access to be a discount for the early adopters. This reflects the fact that the game is not content complete and may have bugs, performance, or stability issues. Now, I don't know what that price point is going to look like. Me personally, based on what I've played, if they come out and it's $24.99, I actually think I would be pretty happy with that price. I think if they priced it anywhere under $20, this game has a really good chance of adopting an audience if the servers work on launch. There's so many things here that could go wrong for them, and I want to make this video to try and cover as many aspects of it as humanly possible. The game is weird. It is a weird mishmash of so many different features, the hoverboards, the moving from like this domination battlefield style approach. The game looks pretty good, but I think the actual aesthetic of having all of these different environments and all of these different like sci-fi levels, again, it's the Islands of Nine conundrum. The game doesn't look like it knows what it wants to be visually, so we get this game that looks so fucking generic, but also so completely out there that we don't know what it is either. But the gameplay is addicting. The hit reg when we were playing on US servers was amazing, and it felt so fucking fun to play. We jumped in with comms. You guys are seeing some of the gameplay here. I had an absolute blast playing it. I don't know what's gonna happen. This is one of those games where it's gonna release on the 1st and it's either going to blow up or it's going to flounder for a while they develop it further, which is okay. I think the price point is going to be everybody's contention point, but I feel like if you guys can pick it up, if you have some extra income and you're into games like this, Leap is actually pretty dope. Again, I know my audience is a lot of like Milsim, you know, the Hell Let Looses, the Squads, the Armas, but this is a different style experience that I had a good time in, and to be honest, outside of Armor Reforger, there's not really a lot going on in the FPS space. We got Call of Duty news coming soon, which I can't wait to talk more about. But until that time, hey, here's another shooter that could potentially be on somebody's radar. My name is BigFry. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. And while you're down there, leave a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next one.